Hello, hello, hello. Angelika Christie here. And today I'm going to share with you the 3 critical steps to move from surviving to thriving. I am Dr. Angelika Christie, and I help the woman of a certain age in her relationship to herself and to others. She gains the clarity about what she wants now, the courage to let go of past pains and all unhealthy situations. And I coach the heck out of her so that she is committed to live as the unapologetic, untamed, and magnificent woman that she truly is. So before I go into the juicy parts of our workshop here together, I want to make sure that I give you my free gift so that I don't forget that. Please message me if you have WhatsApp. That's the best way to message me, with your name and I get your telephone number, but message me to my phone number, which is 305-343-8324. Again, 305-343-8324. Or you can email me at angelikachristie.com. I know, I'm German, so it's not Angelika or yeah. How would you say it? Angelika? Probably. But anyway, it's Angelika. So it's not with a C, but with a K. I'm German. So Angelika at, and then again my first name, and connected with my last name, which is Christie, so Angelika Christie, CHRISTIE.com, Angelika@angelikachristie.com. And please put in the subject line, Breakthrough Conference, to receive my 7-step blueprint for outrageous success for free. Okay, so here is what I experienced. In my 40+ years of studying the human body, the mind and the spirit connection, and in my experience of 30+ years of coaching, I found that there are 7 steps to outrageous and lasting success. And it actually came together almost like putting pieces of a puzzle together to make a whole picture. Because even though I have been teaching, coaching in different aspects of health, healing, and self-development for decades, I got total clarity in the early 2020s about what makes it all work together for the best outcome. So I developed these 7 steps to outrageous and lasting success. And that's in relationships, that's actually in every aspect of your life. But I'm going to share the 3 critical steps with you here in this workshop, since we have only a limited time. And if we have some extra time, I may bring in the 4th one. But I don't believe we do. But anyway, there are 3 critical steps to true success in business and your personal life. And those 3 critical steps help you move from surviving, which is struggling. Surviving doesn't mean at the lowest end, but still, if you struggle, if you have not enough time for yourself, if you feel that your life could move with more ease, then you're struggling. And I want you to thrive. I want you to thrive in everything you do. Okay? So, are you ready? Good, good, good. I want you to pay attention, and I also would like for you to write some notes and also some questions that you can ask me at the end of this presentation. Anything that actually comes up for you. We have the opportunity, I believe, to communicate. But if you get the replay, then that's not possible. Then you can still write the questions that you have to me, because you have my WhatsApp number now and my email address. So there is no reason for you to have to be unclear or stuck anywhere. So what do you think is the first critical step to any real success in business and in life? What would you say is the first critical step? And please write this down. Write it in the chat if you can, otherwise just write it down. Got it? What is it? Let me see. No, but close. Okay. Oh, you're doing well. Okay, yes. All right. Somebody got it. Yes, the first critical step is clarity. Clarity is number one. Total clarity delivers certainty and it removes doubts. But you see, here is the problem. When we don't know anything, don't know where we are, don't know what to do or whatever, we are stifled. And when we feel stifled and unsure and in doubt, we drift. We have that not only ability, most of us are drifters, because being totally focused on something is not very, very common. Most people drift. So then when we drift, we are easily confused and feel unsure, right? And there is a certain anxiety that arises from not being sure. So uncertainty makes you feel anxious. So I believe that there are at least two extreme emotions that come up when you need to know where you are, but have no clue. I mean, know where you are not only geographically, but where you are in your mind, in your emotions, in what you want, all of this. And those two extreme emotions are, one is panic, and the other is apathy. There are extremes, and there are all different ones in between, of course. So if you don't have clarity about where you are or what you're supposed to do next, you're stuck, yeah? So being stuck feels so debilitating. Debilitating. You see, I'm German, so some words in English give me some tongue twisters. Doubt and fear are the reason that you do nothing, almost being paralyzed. And doing nothing comes from an overwhelming uncertainty and also from the fear of making a mistake. And you have probably experienced it many times, that you can actually feel paralyzed. Paralyzed kind of, in your mind, which holds you in this frozen state of, the status quo. Nothing seems to change. You just say, okay, just wait, do nothing. That's the status quo. But it robs you of opportunities, the opportunity to experience something new, the opportunity to move forward, and sometimes the opportunity to actually see what is there in plain sight. Others may see it, but your confused mind doesn't, because you do not have the clarity that would allow you to see. Sometimes we do have clarity about the end goal, the big picture, yet there may be no clarity what you do next or what you have to do to get there. No clarity even about the next step. Can you see that this is a real problem? Can you agree that you lose a huge amount of energy as well when there is no clarity? So when there is no clarity, it's almost like there is a density, there is a heaviness. Even though your mind may race and to find relief, but the density is there. But what relief? Finding a solution, of course, that cannot be discovered without clarity. Do you see the truth of that? Yes or yes? So that energy drain of trying to move forward but not having a clear picture of how robs your body of life force and vibrancy. Because without clarity you have confusion, which often leads to overwhelm, stress, and anxiety. It's this vicious cycle of false starts and stops and disappointments, which then leads to, or can lead to, depression. You don't want to go there. Oh my God, please, let's stay clear of that path, yes? Will you? Do you see then how important clarity is? Yes? So here are, since we don't have a lot of time, I have listed 10 of countless benefits. There are countless benefits, but here are 10 that I'm going to share with you now that will derive from total clarity. First of all, of course, when you have total clarity, you know where you are, right? It's kind of similar to a GPS system. And second, you can choose which path or journey you want to take. Just like when you want to go on a trip and you have your GPS system in your car, you know you put in where you want to go. But you can take a detour, maybe you see something that's really exciting and you want to just make that detour. And you can do that because your GPS system will take you in the end where you need to go. So that's really what you're choosing the path and even taking a little bit of a detour can still keep you to your journey. And the third is, you know what the next step is and where it gets you. And the fourth is, your confidence actually grows with each successful step. Your journey becomes more joyful because with every little victory, so to speak, everything that works well just will give you an added confidence and joy because it worked well. That means your mind is at ease and you have then surplus energy. No struggling, no confusion, gives you surplus energy. When you feel at ease to explore an option or detour from your original plan, it's not a problem because you can get back on track at any time. So that means number 8 is your confidence grows progressively with each accomplishment along your journey or path. And number 9, you feel a greater success to yourself because you feel that you are actually in command, not just of that journey, but of your destiny. When that confidence grows, you know you are in command of you. And that gives me the number 10, which is you get to know your power. And there's something that I always feel is so important. Do you know your power to discover the diamond that lies within you? Yes, the diamond. I believe there is a diamond that lives within you. You are actually the diamond. But you know, that diamond needs to be mined because it is covered with all kinds of things. Like limiting beliefs, false assumptions, old painful stories, all kinds of stuff. But you are the diamond. We just need to take everything off that covers you up and chisel you to be shining and sparkling and full of radiance and light. So how do you get the full benefit of clarity? The best way to master this critical step and make it your own is with a set of questions. Okay, you have your pen and paper ready because I would like for you to write those questions down. The first one is, what do I want? And there is no time to fill this out now. Just write down the questions and leave space under it, or just write the questions and you can write much, much later, whenever you feel the time, and contemplate and go back there often, because this will not all happen in one sitting. So the first is, what do I want? The second is, what stands in my way? What do you believe stands in your way? And the third is, what is the story I tell myself? And be honest there, because we all telling ourselves stories. All of us do that. And the fourth is, what are my beliefs about what is possible for me? Be honest there too. And that may be limiting. I'm sure those are limiting beliefs. Then number 5 is, why do I believe this? Why do I believe this limiting belief? And number 6 is, who is the authority that told me so? Or why do I believe this? Why do I believe this? When did I start to believe it? What is the authority? And number 7 is it really, really true? And then another really important question you need to ask yourself is, what are my core values? And you know, core values are so important. If you don't know your core values, you are drifting too, and you will never align your outer life with your inner life, because you need to know your core values. That's what you are all about. And when you write down what your core values are, you also have to go back there sometimes and say, are they still in alignment who I am now? Because your core values shift and change a little bit as well. And my core values in alignment with who I am becoming or want to become. Okay, important as well. But this one is really, really important. What are my 3 untouchable core values? Which means untouchable, they are non-negotiable, right? There is no way anybody can betray that core value of yours. How strong are those core values? And would you defend them no matter what? You know, because some are non-negotiable and others may be negotiable, but it needs to, you need to have clarity about what it is and where is the red line, you know, where does the negotiability ends, yeah. So just imagine if you could let go of story, you know, the beliefs that have become so automatic, to a point of automatic that you are on autopilot. If you could actually become aware of those stories that you tell yourself and decide to dismantle them layer by layer, you know, just like peeling an onion, layer by layer. Do you agree, or at least can you consider that a lot of the blocks, the hindrances and restrictions would actually disappear? Can you see then that really nothing could stop you anymore if you could move those out of the way, polish the raw diamond and take off the dirt and the grime? Yes. Can you also see that unless you consciously replace the old beliefs with new, more vibrant ones, more true to what you are and what you are becoming, that this will actually work for you? Why? Because what is in alignment with who you are actually supports you. And it's easy. And you can finally discover and manifest what you really, really want. But what I want for you, and what you really want also, is finding your hidden gem. What is your hidden gem? It is that which makes you uniquely magnificent. It is like mining for that diamond, as I said before. Yes, you are a diamond. To a certain degree, it's like a diamond in the rough, and we have already said that, right? But not all that brilliant and shining yet means that work needs to be done, right? We need to remove the layers and the dirt, the grime, and the rough covering that hides the true potential of who you are, that diamond, so that it can sparkle and shine and at the same time be sharp and tough. Yes, sharp and tough and indestructible. Sharp and tough and indestructible. So write this down. I am a shining diamond. I shine, I am brilliant, I am the best, I am all that God wants me to be. I have every possibility within me, and I am also indestructible. I can be sharp to cut loose what is not in alignment with me anymore. And yes, that takes cutting loose. That's where the sharpness comes in. And you are uncorruptible and indestructible. I love it, I love it. You love it too? So we need to go deeper, yet we do not have the time here to do this. But at the end of this workshop and our time together here, I will give you an opportunity to get more. Would that be okay? Because I want you to say yes to yourself and create a better and brighter future. Would you want me to share the next step with you at the end of the workshop? Yes? Of course, we also have some Q&A for those who are live with me. For those who see the replay, you would need to, as I mentioned earlier, you would need to write your questions and send them to me in an email or WhatsApp me. But an email would probably be better. So, what is the next step for you to take inspired action that would benefit you for more joy, happiness, and abundance in your life? Only you can really decide that, right? And of course, we need to go much deeper and go into exercises to really discover all of that. But I promise you, I will share three critical steps with you here. And we only have time for the last critical step. What do you think? No, actually we are only at the second critical step. Oh my goodness. And it is courage. Courage is the second critical step. And it's not the lack of fear, but the willingness to do it anyway. You see? The problem is staying with limits may feel that it's safe. But first of all, there is no true safety in the world. There is only safety within you. The only true safety resides actually within you. And when your mind focuses on safety from the outside, trying to find it outside, you limit your possibilities. And did you know that without daring new things, your brain actually shrinks? Oh my goodness, can you believe that? Yes, science tells us that. Yes, it deteriorates, which makes you age faster. Who wants that, right? No. Speaking of the brain, there is so much new information on how to increase your brain's capacity to stay young and healthy. And one of them is by doing things that you have never done before. Giving your brain new challenges. Any new challenge creates resistance in you. That happens too. Your brain really doesn't want to have challenges. It wants to stay nice and easy with what it has been done so far, because it hasn't killed you. You are still alive, and your brain doesn't really, is not really designed to make you feel happy or inspired or anything. It just wants to keep you safe. And that crocodile brain that we all have, is still there, not the enlightened one, but the one this in our stem that is only really concerned about three things. Can I eat it? Can I be eaten? And can I mate with it? So they are all survival instincts. So do not ask your mind for any inspiration unless you have trained it. It will always try to pull you back into resistance. So those resistance can be a real challenge. It's not always doubt and fear. Resistance is actually more hideous. It hides, and but it's just a fact that it is so true that the resistance comes up like the shade comes up when the sun comes out from behind a cloud. The moment the sun shines on something on the ground, a shadow is created as well. That's how sure you can count on resistance. So watch out for it. So when you avoid challenges that take courage, you stay in your same old same. Same old same. And it's called the status quo. Staying stuck out of fear or resistance or worries will actually paralyze and slow down and freeze your mind, and it will dampen your spirit. So let me just repeat this because it may rattle your belief system. There is no safety, no true safety anywhere but within yourself. You know that imposed safety is like choosing your bathtub to experience being in a body of water, rather than swim in the big, beautiful ocean or a beautiful lake. Yes, there are fish and sea creatures in open waters, in the ocean and the rivers and the lakes, but would you really prefer to stay safe and choose your bathtub instead? And by the way, it is known that people have drowned in their own bathtub. Can you believe this? So I hope you like that metaphor. It may be a little bit far-fetched, but not when you really think about it. So when it comes to business, you must agree that without courage, you will never risk to fail. Without courage, you will never start over again. Even when we know that failure is an intrinsic part of our life, it's even an intrinsic part of success. There is this saying, fail fast, fail fast forward. So success comes closer or faster. A beautiful example is also are the babies. You know, they take their first step and they fall, right? They fall, which you can say they fail and fail and fail, but are they worried about it? No, they try until they succeed. The baby learns from early on that courage to do it anyway leads to success. So you know that the baby does not do this consciously or decides upon it. It knows it intuitively. But, you know, it shows that courage is actually a natural instinct. It's in you too, and it is still in you. It is in me too, and everybody has it. But how often do you override your natural courage with angst and anxiety and fear? A lack of courage will always prevent you from the joy of victory and the joy of your outrageous success. So here are the benefits of courage. The benefit of courage is true liberation. Because when you dare to do what feels unsafe, but your mind tricks you about this, right? Or too challenging, fear will actually fall away, and your self-confidence and self-worth will multiply 1,000 times. Because when you believe that fear is too overwhelming, you know that this is not true. It's a primal instinct, a survival instinct. But, this survival is not really part of our modern life anymore. The fear is really more of an emotional and a mental and a manipulated state. Because let me tell you, that survival, if your life would really be at risk, you cannot override that. You cannot stand at the precipice of a drop down into an ocean or into a valley and launch or step off the cliff. You will not do this because your primal instinct will not allow you to do that. So that's not the fear I'm talking about. It's that other fear that is hideous. Growing in your self-worth will make you stronger and more confident. And you have the ability to do things you thought were not possible. Confirmation of possibility that you can prove to yourself come as soon as you dare, as soon as you have the courage to do things anyway. So now you know, right? So you create and find situations where there is a lack of courage. Find small steps. Don't launch into the big things, So you can find small steps to dare to do something. Train that courage muscle. Experiment. What do you fear the most? Don't go there. Okay, chip away, chisel away until you dare to be who you know you want to become. Then take a stand for something that is your truth. Something that is anchored to your core value and that applies to you personally. Okay? So, I have taken my health for granted very, very often. And sometimes I had the courage to do things to push a little bit too hard. I have also taken my relationships for granted until I found myself like sitting in a glass house without doors. I lived the life of trying to be the perfect mother and the perfect wife, and I did it so well. So I should have been happy, but I was not. I was trapped in a life that wasn't mine. I never forgot that moment after dinner and a glass of red wine. I had gathered enough courage to tell my husband what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this for years, but I always pushed it away for later. But that evening I said, "Sweetheart, I want to become a public speaker on international stages." Firstly, he looked at me with eyes that reflected surprise and a little bit of confusion. Then he stood up and his body seemed to grow taller when he put on this demeanor of a high court judge. My husband is a lawyer, so that is not far-fetched. And then he said, "What do you want, Angelika?" And he only calls me by my name when it's serious or when he's offended. Otherwise, he would say, "Sweetheart." What is it with you? Why do you want that? You have everything you need. And you have security that I provide for you here. Why can't you be like the wives of others? They are happy to support their husbands. And I support my husband, but I also want my own life. So my stomach started to churn. I wanted to protest out loud. I am not like any other wife of your partner or anybody. But I bit my tongue for the moment. I have flashes of memories hearing people address me as Mrs. and my husband's first and last name. I am not Mrs. my husband's first and last name. I am who I am, myself. So I never forget when I felt my eyes tear up and my face started to flush, not in shame, but in anger. I am free. I know I am free. But I feel like I'm in a glass house without doors. I see that life outside is happening without me. I need to be freer to discover who I am now. I need to find myself again. And I felt my heart racing as if it wanted to jump out of my chest. I'm holding my breath, and then I hear the words that I will never forget. And those words were, Angelika, be realistic. You will never make it out there. Here you have my protection. And at least you can be certain that you have a comfortable death. I was so stunned and horrified. A comfortable death? I felt like almost a tragic, comical scene on a stage. And the show just ended. I became very still, almost numb. But through my tears, I felt this surge in me, like a phoenix rising out of the ashes. I grew powerful and enormous wings. I looked back, I knew that the last curtain of doubt and fear had just dropped within me. That moment turned a switch in me, and it empowered me to take action. I shed the classification of Mrs., my husband's first and last name, right then and there. Like a snake sheds its skin. I knew that I just gave myself permission to become my full, unapologetic, magnificent, untamed self. It was a lesson for my husband too. It rang in a period of many changes, and I am glad for it, because the disaster that looked like a disaster then turned into a gift. Today, we are still a couple and love and respect each other, and even more than ever before. And he has been very supportive, and I have created everything that I wanted in my life for the last many, many, many years. So courage sets you free, right? Courage sets you free to dream, to begin, to press on. Do you not admire and are you not inspired by other people's courage? For example, if you forsake your own safety to rescue somebody else, it takes courage, right? Sometimes a heroic act comes from a primal instinct that kicks in. We all have that instinct. I have it, you have it too. We have it for each other. But sometimes it takes more work to have it for ourselves. Depending on your emotional and mental makeup, you be somebody that is easily triggered and jump to rescue others. This looks like courage, and sometimes it can be courage, but it can also be a substitute for an inner lack of self-worth. So you have to prove something, okay? So when you want to achieve something, live your highest possibility, live your dream, experience true happiness in your life, courage is important. It is one of the most important things, but it is only the second step. So there is another step, and we are going right into that third step. And what do you think that third, I call it critical step is? What do you think that third critical step is? Let me first ask you, where are you in your life? Where are you right now? Where do you need courage? Where do you need to step out of your comfort zone? What do you really want to experience? What is important to you, and where are you stuck? And you know something, sometimes we try to find this answer amongst our family and close family members, but they are not the best people to ask, because they are afraid for you. They are afraid that your courage can hurt you, that they will tell you not to dare, because what you feel you want may seem so unachievable, right? So that they will take that away from you. You need somebody who sees the blind spots. You need a coach or a mentor, and that can help you to break free from what has imprisoned you and held you hostage in your status quo for too long. And I offer you to have that conversation with me, because who knows, I may be your best choice, the one for you. We don't know this yet, and it's not for me to seek you out, it's for you to want to explore possibilities, right? If something stirs in your gut and your heart, and you believe now is your time to move forward and you need more courage, I am here for you to support you and guide you until you have what you really care about. Get clarity, see your choices, envision what lights up your life, what brings you joy, and what is in alignment with your highest calling, which are your core values. Yeah, that's really what lights me, my fire, to help you live your life according to you, so that you can dance to your own music, that you never ever live anybody else's life but your own. Okay? So does this sound like something you want? Is this something you can envision? Would you like to do that? Then let's have a casual conversation, okay? I give you my time if you're serious about wanting to change something important in your life and need guidance and support building your courage so that you can take the steps with confidence and certainty toward your goals. I am here for you. I have your back. Now I would like to come to that last, very important, critical step, because without that step, nothing, the first steps don't work very well either. That third step, and you had ample time to write it down, if you haven't written it down yet, is commitment. Because success is only possible with not 50, not 80, not 90, with 100% commitment to you, to the goal, to the journey. And here's the problem with commitment in our world. The lack of commitment instills wavering, which triggers doubt again. Life happens, situations will come up to throw you a curveball. It is easy to get off track when the strength of your belief drops. What happens next is that you dial down your dream, you dial down your goal. And when your dream and goals are not big enough, distractions move into that space of commitment. Distractions, yes. Unexpected things keep happening that trigger your escape and a desire to get out of what your commitment was or still is, but you want to get out. It is always tempting to have it easy and stay where you are now. But this is not where you want to be. Am I right? At least that is what you tell yourself. Am I correct? You have goals, you have dreams. That's where you want to be. What you want in your head and tell yourself actually stays a daydream unless you put it into place and do what is necessary. If you do not fully understand how to fully commit, you will be thrown off. It is easy to stop and give up. Disappointment can trigger distractions and addictions that will keep you from the joy and satisfaction of fulfilling your dream. Addictions always try to fill the space of disappointment, right? It will lower your self-worth and confidence. Your confidence will suffer if you are not totally committed to see your dream through to the end. Can you see that? Can you understand it? So the benefit of total commitment is when you have learned the skill of total commitment, your dream is not only attainable, but it is unavoidable. It becomes reality with, well, maybe only one variable, and that is time. Because unexpected things keep happening. But with the full commitment to your goal, to your dream, you have the will and reason to getting up and getting back on track. Okay? So, for example, are you committed? Some of us are committed to lose weight, and after COVID, a lot of us have put on some weight. So when you're committed to shed some of the fat, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have the chocolate cake remain on your kitchen counter, right? Or keep the cookies in the cookie jar in your cabinets, or have your refrigerator filled with the stuff that will not help you lose weight. Am I right? Yes? So the commitment to making that change and losing that weight means also the commitment to take everything, to remove everything that will tempt you to break your commitment. Willpower is not strong enough. It will break down. And if you want to push through with willpower, you will lose so much energy, so much joy that you can, so much energy that you can apply somewhere else where it is much more, which brings positive results. So that is the path of reaching your goals and becoming all that you can be. The commitment, removing everything, stripping everything that takes you out of the commitment. But there comes a time when you discover the diamond that you are, when you stay committed. And you see that diamond, as we said before, is only covered in layers of grime. So you think it's time to throw off the dirt, the false and limiting beliefs under which your full brilliance is hidden? You have the vision and clarity about what you want so that you can be fully committed to the outcome, right? Be the shining diamond that you are meant to be and fulfill your awesome destiny. You will still be thrown off at times, so I repeat this so many times so that you don't think that will never happen. It will still come up, but because you have full clarity, the courage, and are 100% committed, there is nothing at all that can prevent your success anymore. In conclusion about commitment, nothing really works without commitment. Success is only possible with full commitment to your goal. No plan B. You don't search for a way out. Safety and security is in that you don't have a plan B. If you only have a plan A and not a plan B, then, well, there is safety and security in that, don't you think so? So are you ready to make a 100% commitment to yourself and your dream? Are you prepared to die for this? Well, not die really, but how much do you want this? How do you get that total commitment? Yes, we chisel away the layers of grime and the false and limiting beliefs. We chisel away old stories, all the defenses, all the stuff that you tell yourself that distorts and covers up the shining, brilliant diamond that you are. We get to the center of what is important and precious to you and to you only, not to somebody else who wants it for you, not to anybody in your family or to anybody else. It is about you and you alone. And that journey to your original, unapologetic, magnificent self is filled with joy, challenges, and unexpected discoveries. It's the exploration of a place inside of you that you have not fully discovered yet, nor developed for your greatest joy and satisfaction. The journey actually lasts a lifetime. But with the tools and the skills that you learn in this program, or with those C's, it's actually, there are 5 more C's. So there is clarity, there is courage, there is commitment, but there are more C's that I teach in a full program. You see, with those skills and the tools, you will experience the masterpiece of who you are in a much shorter time frame. Once you have opened the door to see your true magnificent self, everything will change in your life. So don't you think that now is this time to start the journey? There is nothing that can keep you from doing the most important work of your life. And that work is the discovery of you. I am here for you to guide you and support you and lock arms with you and cheer you on if you so like. The sacred sisterhood that you can become a part of will also support each other, because in my world we have sisterhood, we have tribes, we have support systems, okay? And that within that sisterhood there lies safety as well. We have safety in ourselves and safety with the sister that stands shoulder to shoulder with us. We are a team, and within that team is safety, right? But there will be always somebody who will try to talk you out of it. Always, always, always. But you have to know that when your frightened ego speaks, it will always tell you a reason why this is not the time, why it's too much, you're not ready yet, all of this. Don't listen to it. So we are coming to the end of my presentation, and I want to tell you again that please don't forget to download your free blueprint for outrageous success. WhatsApp me if you have the WhatsApp application. WhatsApp me at 305-343-8324. Now this is a US number. I live in the Bahamas, so that's not the number you call me if you want to talk on the phone with me. This is my WhatsApp number. And I only have that in my phone as my phone chip when I travel in the United States. But if you don't have WhatsApp, please just email me. And my email again is angelika@angelikachristie.com. And put in the subject line, Workshop Breakthrough Conference, and you will receive my 7 C's for outrageous success, that blueprint. Stay in touch and receive valuable tools and that create your life even in a better way. The life that you really want to experience. And it is your responsibility to take action, inspired action, right? And it is my pleasure to help you step fully into your unapologetic, magnificent self, so that you go from surviving to thriving, okay? This is what I'm here for. This is what I offer. So please don't forget to download your gift. All of my love to you. And I hope our paths will cross soon. Okay? I am so happy we met here. Stay in touch. Bye for now. This is Angelika Christie.